Going on? It's your boy Mr. Body coming to you live. Conversations with Mr. Body here on this beautiful Monday afternoon, right? And so what is today? Today is Mindset Monday, Motivation Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Whatever you want your Monday to be, that's the energy that you're going to give it, and that's the energy that's going to carry out through the rest of your day as well as the rest of your week. And so that's kind of also what we're going to be talking about, is the energy that you might be giving the negative things that might be impacting and happening in your life, right? But also, let's say happy International Women's Day, right? Shout out all to the powerful women out there that's killing it and crushing it in this Women's History Month, right? So it's so dope, so awesome. I want to give y'all a shout out, right? Before I go in on this topic of focus and energy and negativity and positivity, right? Because listen, this time I'm telling you right now, you got to get this. Right? Because it's going to get you from being unstuck. You don't even realize how much you are holding yourself back by focusing on the negative and holding on to that negative, and that negativity is preventing your progression in the creation of new results towards your goals, right? And so I'm going to give you some examples of this. Listen, before I even get into it, if you think this topic is going to be valuable, or at any time during this video you're getting some value, feel free to hit the share button, tag somebody that you know that needs to hear this message, invite somebody to come and watch this video so that they can get the same value that you got. And so we gonna go in today, right? Because I'm excited and I'm jacked up and I'm fueled with energy. And so let's talk about this negativity, right? Let me give you some examples of what I'm talking about, right? Because being a 19-year certified personal trainer, I try to help people shift their mindsets, right? Because if you don't understand that if you hold on to the old you and your old way of thinking, your old way of moving, it's going to prevent you from even keeping the results that you've gotten, because you're going to fall back into your old thinking habits, right? And so let's talk about this, right? Negative thoughts. I was listening to some things, right, and I got some value from it, and it was like, listen, your mind can process, right? Listen, if you don't know how beautiful and how amazing your mind is beautiful and amazing, and it can process so many different things, right? You can have 1,000 different thoughts a minute, right? How many of you know what I'm talking about, right? Like your mind seems to be going a mile a minute, and you have 1,000 thoughts racing every minute, right? Drop a 1 in the comment box. Right? But then when I was listening and hearing this stuff, right, it said, however, even as amazing as your mind is, even as powerful as your mind is, even though your mind has the ability to have and process 1,000,000 different things in 1 minute, one thing that your mind cannot do is have 2 thoughts at the same time. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's wild. If you didn't even know that, drop an aha in the comment box, because it was an aha moment for me. And I was like, that is so interesting, right? And so they were going on to talk about these things. And so some of the examples they gave is that, listen, like, you know what? Sometimes you don't even realize that you are choosing to hold on to the negative energy hours and days and weeks after the event happened. But it's a choice, because your mind cannot process that negative feeling and positive thoughts at the same time. So in fact, you are choosing to remain in the space of what happened and it's long gone. And you're not allowing that to affect you and your mood and your actions and your ability to create newness, because you're so focused on being stuck in what happened in the past. Right? And so an example they said is like, listen, you might have been driving, right? You was going to work and you was having a good day, and then somebody cut you off and it made you upset, and you were upset for the rest of the day. How many of you have been there? Right? You upset for the rest of the day, something that happened hours ago, and you're still holding on to that negative thought that you had in the moment. You see, it is not saying that you can't have a negative thought, right? But your ability to stop thinking about that negative thought and start thinking about the positive things that are happening in your life or happening in your day is going to allow you to let that negative thought prevent you from doing things. You see, you don't even realize, right? Because now you're upset. Now you're mad. Now you're angry. And then so you don't even eat lunch because you're so mad that you don't eat lunch. And not eating lunch is going to affect your energy. And so now you're angry, and then now you don't have energy. And so now you're more irritable. And so now you don't even want to talk to anybody. And then you piss off people that you love and that you were working with, and they didn't even do anything. But it's because you were holding on to the fact that you got cut off in the morning, and it's affecting the rest of your day. And then that translates, and maybe you skip a workout, and then maybe you don't even have a good choice for dinner because you know what, you're like so angry and you're like, I just got to eat something that's going to make me feel good. But you're not going to feel good from eating whatever it is that you ate because you're still holding on to that negative energy that happened when somebody cut you off 8 hours ago, 12 hours ago. Right? And then you're not only not going to feel better just because you ate some bad things that you thought were comfort food, you're still not going to feel better because after the fact, you're going to think about the fact that, oh man, what I just ate is not in alignment with my goals and it's taking me further and further away from what I'm trying to achieve. And then you're going to be even more upset and then you're going to not continue to do what you need to do. You see that domino effect of holding on? Right? Another example that they were saying is that, you know what, listen, it's not saying that you can't, there's not negative things that are happening, right? But you can choose to just focus on more positive things, right? It's not saying that you might not have some negative impacts along your journey in creating some new results. It's not saying that you don't ever get hurt. It's not saying that you don't ever get tired. It's not saying that you don't ever get sick. It's not saying that you're not affected by the pandemic and the gyms being closed and you not having the funds to do X, Y, and Z that you were used to doing. I'm not saying any of those things. But what I'm saying is, if you choose to focus on the fact that, oh, well, the gym is closed and so I can't work out, and I'm just so angry that the gyms are closed, or I'm so angry that there's no slots available when I want to go, or I'm so angry that I just can't work out freely like I want to, I'm so angry that I gotta wear this mask, and so you just choose not to work out and stay stuck in the funk. As opposed to the flip side of that being positive and saying, you know what? Yeah, I may not have the access to the gym. Yeah, I may have to wear this mask. Yeah, I may not be able to even go to a gym. But guess what? You know what? I'm so happy and glad that I'm healthy or working on it. I'm so happy and glad that I still got a roof over my head. I'm so happy and glad that I still have the ability to move. I'm so happy and glad that I'm still able to even do some home workouts because that's still going to get me to my goals. It may not get me there as fast as it did when I was going to the gym, but by golly, I'm still going to get me some results because I can work out at home and still produce. Or maybe you're like, you know what? Oh man, I was on a roll and I was doing my thing and then I got hurt. And this injury, oh! How many of you have felt like that? Drop a 5 in the comment box. Listen, I've been there, right? But then you stay stuck in the fact that you got injured. You stay stuck in the fact that it's put a hindrance in your results. You stay stuck in the fact that you got a detour that you got to take now and you liked going straight. Well, life has a funny way of seeing how bad you want something, right? Because that detour, that injury might be like, all right, cool. Well, how bad do you really want these results? Are you willing to go take this detour and find a way back to your backtrack? Are you willing to focus on some other things that are going to still give you the ability to create some results? Maybe there are some areas in your life that needed some improvement that you weren't focused on because all you were doing was working out. Because you don't know how many people I know that think that their workouts can outrun the fork and they got bad nutritional habits. And so they're going to continue to work out and they're going to do 2 a days and 3 a days and do it 5 or 6 or 7 days a week and not understand that you're still not going to see what you want to see. Why aren't you going to see what you want to see? Because you can't outwork your fork. And so maybe that injury, as bad as it may be, as annoying as it may be, as painful as it may be, is your way of being able to focus on the thing that actually has more weight in your results, which is you changing your nutritional habits. So it's like, listen, because I've been there, I got injuries that I'm dealing with now, but it's like, all right, cool. You know what? I may not be able to work out how I want to work out, but there's still some things that I can do. I may not be able to go beast mode like I'd like to, but there's still some things that I can do. And so I'm going to focus on the things that I can do, not the things that I can't. And does that say that I don't think about the things that I can't do? Does that say that I don't have these feelings and these negative thoughts? No, it just says that I don't stay stuck in that moment because, again, as the brain works, you cannot have two thoughts at the same time. And so if I'm going to focus on the thought of the negativity of me being injured and not being able to do, I can't focus on the positive things that are happening and the positive things that I can do. And so you got to start to ask yourself, you got to start questioning yourself. You got to start to think about, okay, well, listen, what can I do? Right? Can I better my nutritional habits? Can I start to meal prep? Can I start to make better choices? Can I stop having long gaps? Can I stop skipping meals and all that other stuff? And then you may surprise yourself when you start making better choices in your nutritional habits and you start getting better results without all the activity. And then once you are overcome, right? Because your injury is not going to hold you down forever. And even if it's a, injury that might prevent you from ever doing certain things, again, you still have the ability to do some things. And so when you couple that with the activity level, boom, results. But if you're focusing on these negative things, it's just like, right? And it's just so simple and so easy to gravitate to the negative things and to give energy to the negative things. And so I'm challenging you on today to start focusing on, okay, cool. When I feel myself being stuck in this negative moment, when I feel myself giving too much energy to the negative things, the things that aren't happening for me, the scale isn't changing, my stomach isn't going down, my booty's not growing the way that I want it to do, my thighs aren't getting tighter. Right? You want to start to say, okay, whoa, right? As they type, you want to catch yourself in that moment and say, okay, you know what? Well, yes, maybe the scale isn't moving how I want it to move, but it's moving. Or even if it's not moving at all, hey, well, I got more energy. Hey, I'm a little bit stronger. Let me focus on the fact that I got more energy. Let me focus on the fact that I'm stronger and stop focusing on the fact that the scale just hasn't changed how you want it to. The same thing goes for other areas of your body. The same thing goes for other results that are happening. Oftentimes when we focus on the one result that we want to create, we overlook all the other results that are happening in our life. If I hold up my hands and I got 10 fingers, right, and you're focused on this one thing, but 9 other things are changing. You don't even realize the 9 other things are changing because this one thing hasn't changed. And then so you stop everything. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but you got more energy. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but you lost some inches. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but your body is tighter. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but you're stronger. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but you got more endurance. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but you're breaking through barriers. You want the scale to say a certain thing, but you don't get tired as quick. I can keep going. All of these things matter. All of these things are important. All of these things are powerful in helping you continue to transform your body, and then the scale will change. But you overlooking the things that are happening because you're so focused on the negative. I got cut off today. It's raining and I was planning on going running. My favorite weights are not there. They canceled my favorite class. I don't know what it is for you. But what you may want to do, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what you may want to implement is starting to help yourself shift when you find yourself staying stuck into negativity. And right, listen, this is not just about creating some new results in your health and your fitness and your wellness, right? This is in all other aspects of your life. You got to start to notice and acknowledge the fact that, okay, listen, I am in this negative space. It is time for me to move because my mind cannot process this negative space that I'm in and other things at the same time. Right? And so if you want to create more results, you got to understand that. Listen, it's time for you to change your mindset, right? Change your mindset, change your life. Change your mindset, change your life. Change your life gets new results. Getting new results is going to make you feel better. Feeling better, you're going to dominate more areas of your life. You're going to dominate more areas of your life and boom, everything just starts to fall in the place that you want it to fall. It may not have happened how you wanted it to happen. It may not have happened when you wanted it to happen. But it's going to happen as long as you stay the course and stay consistent and stay committed to you. And start working on being a better version of you on a daily basis. That's all I got for you. Listen, it's your boy, Mr. Bot. If you got some value in this video, feel free to hit the share button, tag somebody that needs to hear this message, invite somebody to come and watch this video so that they can get the same value that you got, and have an amazing and powerful day. And again, happy International Women's Day, y'all. Peace.